Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A struggle behind the wheel leads to a gunshot fired by an Oakland County Sheriff's deputy.
This officer had an oath to protect or deflect violence. Instead, he chose to kill Jaquan.
Now a family is speaking publicly about it for the first time and filing a wrongful death lawsuit. Thanks for being here for the news at 6. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. The incident at the heart of this lawsuit happened last August in Pontiac. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says its deputy acted in self-defense, shooting Jaquan Fletcher while hanging out the side of the car he was driving.
But Mr. Fletcher's family says his actions did not warrant gunfire. Megan Woods live with what both sides are saying as this new lawsuit is filed. Megan.
Kimberly, Devin, Jaquan was a father of 6. His family is hoping that this lawsuit against Oakland County and the deputy who pulled the trigger will bring some accountability. They're saying that Jaquan, after a party, goes to his car, starts it up, but falls asleep, so he doesn't go anywhere. He's then startled by deputies. Now, the deputy who is being sued, we're not releasing his name because he's never been charged, but he is back on the job.
Clearly, they didn't think that he mattered. They had options, you know, they have tasers, I'm sure, and that's why we are here.
The last several months have been heavy for Carianda Vance. Jaquan Fletcher was her only son. Her attorney, Ernest Jarrett, sets the scene.
After he left the party, he went to the car and he fell asleep. And apparently his car was partially blocking someone's driveway, and they called the police.
The lawsuit explains that deputies found a gun, removed that, and put one arm behind Jaquan's back. But when asked, he did not put his other arm behind his back. One of the deputies opened the door on the passenger side.
He just pulled away. He was startled, it appears, when he was awakened. And he put his car into drive, and he drove off. And he was shot just seconds later.
Nobody disclosed anything. They instructed us to watch the 12 o'clock news, that Michael Bouchard would be giving a press conference.
But that's not all.
During the press conference, the first thing they brought up is he was a felon, there was a weapon in the car. You didn't know him from a can of paint when you approached the car. You removed the weapon.
Whatever his prior activities may have been, it's not relevant to the choices that the deputies made.
Now, Oakland County Sheriff's Department did release a statement in response to this lawsuit saying any loss of life is always tragic, but given the circumstances, our deputy had a right to defend himself from grave injury or death. We look forward to explaining the facts. Reporting live, Megan Woods, Local 4.
Okay, Megan, thank you.
A new ruling is handed down in the James Crumbley involuntary manslaughter case, and it involves who the prosecution can and cannot call as witnesses. The court's decision says only one of the 2 students on the amended witness list will be able to take the stand. These witnesses are students shot by Ethan Crumbley. The order goes on to say that while one of the survivors will be able to testify, they cannot talk about their personal pain and suffering, nor their emotional trauma or their ongoing treatment issues. We are going to be streaming every minute of the trial live on Local 4 Plus. You can scan the QR code on the screen there on the lower left-hand portion of the screen. That'll take you right to our Local 4 Plus page. Find instructions on how to download Local 4 Plus. You've got it on your TV. You can also bookmark that page to watch right from your phone.
Well, today could very well mark a major shift in our electric vehicle future. Ford will now give its EV owners the opportunity to charge at Tesla supercharging stations, the first non-Tesla company to do so. And it appears the rest of the industry might follow suit. Business editor Rod Maloney live tonight in Novi with a look at the impact of today's announcement. Rod.
Well, Kimberly, it's going to change things in a drastic way. It looks like this is going to be the future of charging, considering there are about 5 differing options, and Tesla right now only allows this to be used on their vehicles. It's going to change, and for drivers like Rachel Sims of Allen Park, it's a big deal.
I'm excited about that because there's more Tesla charging stations than there is any other one, so very exciting.
Rachel Sims owns a hopped-up Mach-E GT.
and found herself waiting nearly an hour for an off-brand charging plug to open up because most of them at this Livonia station were not working. And she did not know until we told her that she could soon charge at a Tesla station. Are you surprised about that?
Very. I didn't think that Tesla would allow any other car brand to use their charging station, so I'm very, very excited about that.
Well, actually, Elon Musk has wanted his design to be the industry standard all along, and that may very well happen here. But in the interim, Ford EV drivers will need an adapter to make all of this work. Rachel wasted no time going onto the Blue Oval Charge network on her phone to apply for hers.
So when
are you going to get it?
In a week.
And all Ford F-150 Lightning and Mach-E drivers can now ask for one for free until the end of June. After that, they'll run you $230, and future Ford vehicles will come with the right ports installed. Now, to pay for your Ford vehicle charge at the Tesla Supercharger, you'll want to pay using either the Ford Pass app or the Charge Assist app on the nav screen in their vehicle. To Rachel, it's a serious game changer.
Well, for my driving, it'll keep me from having to stop and charge as much, because with us being able to use the Tesla chargers now, we'll charge in about an hour or so, and it'll last for a couple days.
Now, right here at this charging station that you're looking at, we saw something you would only see in Metro Detroit. It was a Mustang Mach-E pulled up to the charger here, but it was a group of GM engineers using the GM charger, the GM adapter, and they were testing their adapter on a Mach-E. But that tells you that General Motors now is next in line to start doing this to get their cars and trucks charged here at the Tesla Superstation.
It'll be interesting.
Reporting live in Novi, Rod Maloney.
I'm sorry to jump in. I'm excited about this. It'll be interesting to see if the Tesla charging socket becomes the industry standard, like you said, Rod, kind of like VHS and Betamax. Remember those days?
Yeah. It's going to be. It's the same thing we saw with cell phones and iPhones in terms of the charging port, right? I think they're going to that shift as well. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, Rod, thank you.
A lot of cross-pollination he was talking about there going on,
that was
too.
confusing.
Yeah.
Too. All right, there's a question a lot of people are asking today is it a good thing to be born on February 29th?
After all, of course, it only comes a leap day, only comes around once every 4 years, meaning the same would apply to your true birthday. That could be confusing, maybe upsetting for a child, so some expectant parents have tried to avoid it. As Paula Tetman shows us, others, though, think it's pretty great.
Happy birthday, baby. Of course, every birthday is special, but when today is your birthday, it's extra special, 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 special.
Oh, mine. You okay?
Welcome to this great, big, beautiful, exciting world. There's only one catch. You only get to have a birthday every 4 years. That's the message for babies born today at Corewell Health, William Beaumont University Hospital, formerly known as Beaumont Royal Oak. In fact, the Carmano Center for Natural Birth at Corewell Health has been pretty darn busy. As of this afternoon, 7 leap year babies entering into this complex birthday conundrum, and more are expected by this evening.
The closer that this day kept getting, we're like, she may actually be a leap year baby.
Leap year. It can be a sheesh if you're a leap year baby. Blame it on Julius Caesar or the Egyptians. Both take credit for making a 365-day-a-year calendar that needs to be 366 days every 4 years. Here's the math. It takes Earth 365.242190 days to orbit the sun, or 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 56 seconds. Now, I don't know how they knew this before there were calculators and computers, but somehow really smart people a long time ago realized that if they didn't stuff an extra day every couple of years, we would be celebrating Christmas in the summer and summer in November. And well, listen, here's the thing. When time accumulates, you know what happens. It has no place to go. It just gets crazy. And so, leap year. Thus, leap year babies.
I know my hands are cold. I'm so sorry.
So meet Nora, born at 2:28 this morning. She weighs in at 8 pounds, measures in at 21 inches. Mom's due date was February 17th. Mom thought it would be cool if Nora had a special birthday.
We just, of course, we want to make sure that, she feels special on her birthday every year, whatever day that'll be.
So she was induced last night, gave birth naturally today, and this flashy girl from Flushing Flushing, Michigan, that is, henceforward will celebrate her birthdays March 1st, except every 4 years.
Paula Tutman, Local 4.
It would make you feel special, I think, for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, maybe. Or not.
Or not, yeah. Well, when anything goes seriously wrong during a flight, that makes national headlines.
But a new report says airlines remain the safest form of travel. The annual report by the International Air Transport Association says the number of flights increased by 17% in 2023, but was still the safest year ever for flying. There was one fatal accident all year, not a passenger jet, but a turboprop that crashed in Nepal. 2022 had 5 fatal accidents, which is also the 5-year average. Overall, the report finds air travelers face a 0.03% risk of a fatal accident. So that means you'd have to fly every day for more than 103,000 years to experience a fatal accident.
Puts it in perspective.
Yeah.
Looking at non-fatal accidents, there were 30 across all of commercial aviation last year compared to 42 in 2022. North America's total went up from 5 to 11. However, 3 of those were cargo jets. North Asia had the lowest rate of non-fatal accidents. Africa, by the way, had the highest. Globally, there was 1 accident for every 880,000 or so flights.
In the report, the IATA says over the past 10 years, overall safety, meaning the reduction in accident rates, has improved by 61%.
By the way, the most likely thing to go wrong, landing gear failure, which was the culprit in 9 of those 30 accidents last year.
Interesting. All right. Help Me Hank recall to tell you about involving mouthwash that can pose a danger to children. 102,000 bottles of Heritage Store hydrogen peroxide mouthwash are being recalled nationwide. Since the mouthwash contains ethanol, it's supposed to feature child-resistant packaging, which these don't. That means they pose a poisoning risk for children. So far, no injuries have been reported. It was sold online, including on Amazon, as well as brick-and-mortar locations such as Whole Foods and Fresh Time. If you have this product, you're advised to place it out of reach and out of sight of children, or simply dispose of it.
Well, we got back to another sunny day, a little
beautiful.
cooler than we were seeing before the cold front came through, but pretty nice
Yeah,
day.
it certainly looked a lot warmer than it was today, and that was nice, Kim.
Yeah, and we're going to keep warming up. It feels like we've turned a corner, but we have not. We still can get some cold weather, although I'll have the March outlook for you coming up. But what a beautiful sunset. Just not a cloud in the sky. It's gorgeous. 37 degrees. It's a little chilly. 33 in Howell and 34 in Pontiac, but we are trending in the right direction. Tonight will be a rather cold night with temperatures going now from the mid to upper 30s down into the 20s. It is warmer than it was yesterday, just 24 hours ago. At 6 o'clock yesterday, we were 12 degrees colder in Mount Clemens, so it's definitely warming up across all of southeast lower Michigan. Not much to talk about on the clouds and radar forecast. A little cloudy up north with a few light snow showers, but dry here. We start the day tomorrow with sunshine and 29 degrees. We end the day with clouds and a high of 47. We are not done with 60-degree weather. In fact, maybe not done with close to 70-degree weather. And we'll talk about that coming up in your forecast.